Now we come to another female saint, very much from the land in which we are all currently living. I'm sure you can make a guess. Akka Mahadevi. Akka Mahadevi for y'all.
Akka Mahadevi was born to parents Sumati and Nirmal Shetty in 1160 in Uduttadi in Shivamogga district of Karnataka. Born into a devout Shiva Bhakt family, it was no wonder that even as a child, Mahadevi worshipped Shiva with a fervor that evoked in her a profound yearning to be united with him as Channamallikarjuna, her spouse. She is considered as Mirabai of Dakshin Bharat. Her Linga Diksha performed by her Guru when she was below 10 years intensified this longing. She was indifferent to the material world and spent much of her time worshipping her Channamallikarjuna.
We are indeed blessed to have begotten Mahadevi as our daughter. Look how beautiful and divine she looks.
Yes, our long years of wait for a progeny has been well worth it. Look how unlike other girls her age, she spends her life worshipping Shiva.
Mahadevi grew up an epitome of beauty and grace. King Kaushik, a Jaina king who once spotted her in a crowd, was mesmerized and smitten by her stunning looks. He approached her parents, asking her hand in marriage. Mahadevi was then 14.
Beloved parents of a bewitching lass, I wish to wed your daughter.
We are honored at your request.
We would be happy to have you wed our daughter.
Mahadevi, who witnessed this exchange between her parents and the king, much like the women of present times, spoke her mind to her mother.
Dear Amma, I fail to understand your enthusiasm at this alliance. How can I, when I've already married Channamallikarjuna, wed yet again? Did he not come in my dreams and make me his wife?
What insanity is this, Maha? Worshipping the god is fine, but marrying him, that's impossible. Even to get a glimpse of that supreme, one must have merits of 1,000 births. Moreover, he's that spiritual one who's everyone's father and mother. You must have a husband in this world.
ಇಹಕ್ಕೊಬ್ಬ ಗಂಡನೆ ಪರಕ್ಕೊಬ್ಬ ಗಂಡನೆ ಲೌಕಿಕಕ್ಕೊಬ್ಬ ಗಂಡನೆ ಪರಮಾರ್ಥಕ್ಕೊಬ್ಬ ಗಂಡನೆ. Except for Channamallikarjuna, every other man is like colored puppet behind a cloud.
Enough of your rebellious behavior.
Look at the likes of Sri Basavanna, Allama and others. Do they not love Shiva? Are they not his fervent devotees? Like Sri Basavanna says, Kayakave Kailasa, work is worship. And as a woman, you should as well discharge your duties as ordained by God himself.
Yes, your father is absolutely right. As a woman, do I and several others like me not discharge our ordained responsibility as wife and mother? Marriage and childbirth are essential aspects of womanhood, an engine for enhancing spiritual growth. That's the best way to worship God. And you, by marrying the king, will be able to serve the world better in the capacity of a queen. You will be able to help the poor and the needy.
Amma, why don't you just let me be when I say I'm already married to Channamallikarjuna?
You are still immature at 14. You will learn about life and its meaning once you get married and have babies of your own. We have decided that you will wed the king. Let us have no more foolish arguments about this.
A most distraught Mahadevi was left to weep at her fate. She clung to the lingam in the puja room and shed copious tears addressing her beloved.
Do you not realize I am a slave bound to you? Do not cast me away, O Channa Mallikarjuna. It is you alone I yearn to be with. Please accept me.
Ranting thus to her lord, young Mahadevi cried her heart out and fainted on the lingam. In this delirious state, she felt a pair of white arms hold her in a tight embrace. She then heard the Lord's mellow voice whisper in her ears,
I will meet you at Sri Sailam. Come there as I wait for you.
Mahadevi was transported to a state of bliss as she heard the sweet voice. She was neither conscious of her body, her physical being, nor of her surrounds. She was floating in ecstasy in space, blissfully unaware of all that was happening around her. All she felt was her Lord's presence. She continued to chant his name. In this state of entranced rapture, she was dressed as a bride. Her wedding ceremony was performed much to the relief of her parents, who found her diseased state convenient to achieve their aim. To a soul who was entirely lost in the warm embrace of a Chandamallikarjuna, little did Mahadevi realize that she was in the nuptial chamber of the king, to whom she had been legally wed with all customary rites. As the king's hand gently touched her shoulder and made to pull her sari, she came out of her trance. As she spun around and saw the king, in scathing words she addressed him.
ಎಮ್ಮೆಗೊಂದು ಚಿಂತೆ ಸಮಗಾರಗೊಂದು ಚಿಂತೆ ಧರ್ಮಿಗೊಂದು ಚಿಂತೆ ಕರ್ಮಿಗೊಂದು ಚಿಂತೆ ನನಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಚಿಂತೆ ತನಗೆ ತನ್ನ ಕಾಮದ ಚಿಂತೆ. My sole concern is if Chandamallikarjuna will be appeased or not. Fire on this body. Why do you damn yourself in love of it? Spot of excrement, the vessel of urine, the frame of bones, the stench of purulence. Think of Lord Shiva, you fool!
The king was stunned and angered at the reaction of his newly wed bride.
You failed to discharge your wifely duties. Am I not your spouse?
The one who has wife is Jasmine. My Chandamallikarjuna is my only spouse. I have no other.
If you were already married to another, what business do you have here with me? Go! Leave at once!
Mahadevi was unperturbed and only too ready to do this. She began to walk away. The king's ego was pricked. Livid with rage, he stopped her.
Stop! These jewels, these clothes, all this finery that you are wearing belong to me. Depart. But before you do so, leave all these here, now.
Mahadevi removed everything that she sported on her person. She left the region a Digambara, her naked body covered by thick long tresses that ornamented her crown.
I can get food to appease my hunger. The water from the water of lakes, ponds, and well will suffice to quench my thirst. The shelter from cold, the discarded rats will do the good. The shelter of the temple will serve to shelter my body. But for me, O Chandamallikarjuna, you are my soulmate.
As she undertook a long and arduous journey through forests and rough paths, people along the route expressed shock and disgust at her lack of modesty. Some women went as far as drape clothes around her. Mahadevi discarded them and was completely undisturbed. As she reached Kalyan, the capital of the Western Chalukyan dynasty in Hub, where Veerashaivism was flourishing under great saints like Basavanna, Siddhirama, Allamaprabhu and Channabasavanna. Basavanna had founded the Anubhava Mantapa or the assembly hall where the Sharanas gathered for debates and discussions.
What sacrilege is this? Who is this woman who comes here bereft of clothes, lacking modesty and decency?
Allamaprabhu was aware of Mahadevi's divine disposition, but he decided to dispel all doubt that the assembled skeptics entertained about her.
Why have you come here in the prime of your youth? Our saints resent the sight of a young woman whose company they consider poison. If you can reveal the name of your husband, you can join the fellowship of the saints, else you may depart.
I was engrossed in penance for many years so that Lord Shiva might become my husband. And my own people got me married to Lord Shiva by smearing the ash on my body and tying the marital bracelet on my wrist. Chitra Mala is my only husband in any world.
If you go about in the state of stark nakedness, will not this lewd world react madly about you? You claim that you have gotten rid of shame and guilt.
People, male and female, blush when a cloth covering their shame comes off. When the Lord of all lives lives drowned without a face in this world, how can you be modest? When all the world is the eye of the Lord looking everywhere, what can you cover and what can you conceal?
Yet, you hide much of your body in this cascading hair. Isn't it a sign of egoism to say that you have cast off all feelings of shame and attachment? Is it not proof that you are not what you claim to be?
Yes, I have covered parts of my body with my flowing tresses. It isn't for me, it is for the people who aren't accustomed to looking at a female body in this fashion. I have partially covered it. As I have totally surrendered myself to Lord Channamallikarjuna, I have utterly extinguished all the feelings of bodily existence. I neither have the need of it nor the sense of it. My innermost purity is of paramount importance to me.
Can you be one with God and still have this human form?
Does the sandalwood seize its fragrance when it's cut into pieces? Would gold, when it's beaten and heated, lose its luster? Does the sugarcane lose its sweetness when it is squeezed and crushed and then heated?
Akka! Your body is female in appearance, but truly you are merged with God.
Prabhu and the assembly of saints at Kalyan, realizing her divine persona, conferred upon her the title Akka or elder sister. In the Anubhava Mantapa, Mahadevi fearlessly discussed and debated various issues relating to philosophy, social reforms, and spirituality. Yet, after spending several months here, Mahadevi's yearning for her Lord intensified.
Go, Akka, go to Sri Saila's Katalivana, where you can merge with your one and only Channamallikarjuna.
At a mere 25 years, Mahadevi had reached an exalted spiritual status. As she took leave of the assembly of Sharanas at Anubhava Mantapa, tears streamed down their eyes as they had developed tender, paternal feelings towards the young girl.
ನಾನು ಭಾವೋದ್ರೇಕಗಳನ್ನು ಸೋಲಿಸಿ ದೇಹ ಚಿಂತನ ಮತ್ತು ಮಾತಿನ ತ್ರಿಮೂರ್ತಿಗಳಾದ ನಂತರ ನೀತಿಯನ್ನು ಕೊನೆಗೊಳಿಸಿ ಒಂದಾಗಿ ಮಾರ್ಪಟ್ಟ ನಂತರ ನಾನು ಮತ್ತು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಭಗವತೆಯನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಏಕತೆಯಾಗುವುದು ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಅನುಗ್ರಹದಿಂದಾಗಿ. Bless me, O Sharanas. Thank you.
Without looking back, Mahadevi began the final stretch of her journey to Sri Sailam. All her energies focused on Channamallikarjuna alone. Her joy knew no bounds when she discovered Kadalivana in the vicinity of the Mallikarjuna temple. She was near her journey's end and her quest for her Lord. She spent the rest of her short life in a cave in its precinct in deep meditation.
ಕಿಡಿ ಕಿಡಿ ಕೆದರಿದೆಡೆ ನನಗೆ ಹಸಿವು ತೃಷೆ ಅಡಗಿತೆಂಬೆನು. ಮುಗಿಲು ಹರಿದು ಬಿದ್ದೆಡೆ ನನಗೆ ಮಜ್ಜನ ತೆರೆದೆರೆಂಬೆನು. ಗಿರಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿದ್ದೆಡೆ ನನಗೆ ಪುಷ್ಪವೆಂಬೆನು. ಓ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ, ಶಿರ ಹರಿದು ಬಿದ್ದೆಡೆ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಣ ನಿಮಗರ್ಪಿತೆಂಬೆನು. Do I not see the absolute in everything? Every tree is a kalpavriksha. Every bush is a sanjeevini. Every place in the cosmos is tirtha. Every water body contains amrita. Every pebble is veritably a chintamani gem. O Channamallikarjuna, your fragrance is in my every breath. Your form is mine. Now that I know you, there's nothing else to know.
Akka Mahadevi became that bee that drank the nectar of Channamallikarjuna and soon merged into him. A radical personality of her times, she fought prevailing societal norms and gender bias. A paradigm of defiance in the Bhakti movement. She is believed to be the first woman to have written vachanas in Kannada literature.